Today we're sharing what a typical day at our off-grid homestead looks like when my husband is not at work. If you're new here, I'm Erica. My husband Mark and I and our 2 kids live fully off-grid in Canada, and we try to live a healthy and self-sufficient lifestyle, and that's what we share in our videos. So I hope you'll subscribe, and let's get going.
My day starts at 6 a.m. with a big glass of water, and then get the fire going. It's often between 15 and 18 degrees when I wake up, so I like to get a fire going quickly to warm the house up for the family.
I get up at 6 as well, and I like to warm up a glass of water and add some lemon juice for the first thing that I drink in the morning. I exercise 3 days a week, and on those days, I try to eat around 15 grams of protein 30 minutes before my workout. So right when I get up, I get my water going, and I get an egg made and some cottage cheese prepped, and that'll be my snack. Our second daughter is almost 2, and she's usually not up at 6 a.m., but sometimes she is, and we just continue on with our normal routine and include her in it, and it's fine. I find that this drink is a really nice, gentle way to slowly wake up my systems in the morning, and I really enjoy that versus a cold glass of plain water. While the pan is heating up for my egg, I'm getting our pot of oatmeal going, and I like to simmer it really, really slowly on the stove so it gets nice and tender and well cooked. So I add some chia seeds, some cinnamon, and some sprouted rolled oats to the pot, and then I'll turn it on super low. While my egg cooks, I'll step outside for a couple minutes. I really prioritize getting morning light in my eyes before I look at any screens. I know that's so good for setting my circadian rhythm so that I'm ready to fall asleep at the right time that evening. And it's just a peaceful, wonderful way to wake up, go and smell the fresh air, hear the birds chirping, and enjoy a couple of quiet minutes. On this day, we were out of cottage cheese, so I just had my egg snack. And normally I would wait half an hour and do some work online if my baby wasn't awake, but she was, so I skipped that and just got into working out. Mark works out first thing as well. He usually heads outside if the weather's good, jogs around to warm himself up, and then we have some equipment in the shop that he will head in and use. I have found that prioritizing my health as a mom has been such a game changer, especially when it comes to exercise. And I tried all sorts of different exercise types and programs over the years and really struggled. Staying consistent used to feel impossible until I figured out what actually works. So I created a free workshop to show you how I finally made working out and many other health habits actually stick. So don't miss that. It's in the description below. I do a 5-minute warm-up video on YouTube, and then I follow a strength training workout app that I am able to track my progress in, how many reps, how much weight I'm doing every time. So it makes it really easy to make sure that I am progressing and getting stronger. I'll leave that linked below as well. It seems like the thing not to do if you're exhausted and worn out as a mom or dad. But if you just take those small steps to develop the habit of exercising, you'll find it will really start to energize you.
After exercise, I take about half an hour to read scriptures and write in my journal. I'm not much of a writer, so my entries are often quite short, but I do find that reading and writing does help my mental health and help me stay clear and focused. For breakfast, I'm having eggs, sausages, and some bread. I like my diet to be high fat and high protein, and this is what I eat every morning. Erica and the kids also have eggs, but they enjoy fancy oatmeal as well. So they're having oatmeal with chia seeds, cinnamon, and banana. 8 a.m., it's time to get to work. I spend an hour in the morning working on our YouTube business, and then we all head outside to do chores. The rest of the morning is reserved for work. I've got a few different tasks to do this particular day. First of all, it's working on bucking up the trees I cut down, and I also set up the clothesline for Erica.
After chores are done and when Mark is heading on to his outside work for the morning, I come inside and get ready for the day, get the kids ready for the day, and then head on to my own work. So I'm putting away the firewood that Mark graciously brought in, and my one daughter's helping me with that. This part of the day, I'll do all sorts of things. This is usually when I'll do any housework, cleaning, laundry, cooking, baking, that kind of thing. And on this day, I'm making a batch of cottage cheese because, as you know, I was out. And I like to make it from scratch. And I showed you in a previous video, I'll link that here, how easy it is to do that. In a few short months, my mornings are going to really change, and that'll be a learning curve for me because I'll have a kindergartner that I'll be homeschooling. So I will have that probably as my main focus in the morning, and I'll also have a brand new baby. So there will be a lot to learn and to adjust, but I've been able to adjust just fine through different seasons, so I'm confident that I'll be able to do that again. Mid-morning, I always make my homemade electrolyte drink. It's really easy to make. I'll leave the video about that here. But this is something I don't miss because especially when pregnant And especially going into the hot summer months, I need to be hydrated, and this is the drink to hydrate you. My cottage cheese is done, so I'm going to let that strain, and then I'll put it in the fridge and get to some laundry. I found that homemaking and just keeping everything going is just a matter of staying in motion. If you don't sit down and stop to take a break, you'll be way more likely to get everything done that you need to do. And I'm not saying to run around frantically trying to get everything done as quickly as possible, but you just stay in motion. Don't sit down. Don't stop to scroll on your phone. Just go through your day at a consistent pace, and you'll find you get a lot more done and have a lot more joy and fulfillment on the way. At around noon, we gather again in the house for lunch, which is usually leftovers from dinner the night before, and enjoy a meal together. Once lunch is done, I take a turn working on the YouTube business, and Mark spends a dedicated hour of playtime with the kids. After their playtime, we do an hour of quiet time where Mark and I both work and the kids play quietly together or separately. Then it's afternoon snack time. We're pretty big on protein or fiber-rich snacks. Nothing too carb or sugar heavy. That's going to give them a blood sugar spike. So on this day, they had an avocado with some lemon juice and salt. I've shared our preferred homemade snacks in a couple of videos. I'll link those down below. After snack, we all head outside to get some sunshine, get some fresh air, get some physical activity, and interact with our animals and with nature. It's usually a pretty pleasant time. Yeah. You're the one with the bike. Oh, chicken. That one. Go look at the chickens. You want to let them out? Come on, chickens. We are just loving the spring weather and how much easier and more enjoyable it is to be outside. We try not to be down about the weather in winter, but there's just no denying it's so much better in spring, summer, and fall.
Most days I spend the entire afternoon working on the property, but late this afternoon the weather was so nice and warm, we decided to slow down a bit and just enjoy the time outside together as a family.
There's a chicken. Hello, chicken. There's some more. Usually around 4 p.m. I head in to start making supper. We eat around 5, and then our evening routine is cleaning up together and then either playing music or reading a book aloud. Then we do the bedtime routine with the kids and hang out one-on-one for a while and then go to bed. And that is our whole day. So I hope you enjoyed. We make a new video every week about our off-grid life, so I hope you'll subscribe and don't forget to check the description for my free workshop. See you in the next video. Bye.